Yo, what up everyone? Amiri here, owner of Rapping and Snacking, getting into another hot takes video. Y'all submitted these through my Instagram, so I'm just getting into some of them. I'm going to be taking another poll very soon, so make sure to hit me up on Instagram at Rapping and Snacking, TikTok at Rapping and Snacking as well. Subscribe to the channel. Appreciate y'all. Do all the normal stuff. So let's see what this first hot take is. We're going to get into one from someone named E. Kemps. E. Kemp says, Speakerbox / The Love Below is Outkast best album. So I actually had replied to this on Instagram real quick. Sometimes I'll do that if it's something that I just wanted to get to right then and there. I try and reserve for these videos, but sometimes it's so hot that I gotta get into a pause. So, yeah, this is the definition of a hot take in my opinion, because the Speakerbox Love Below is definitely their best-selling album, but I never hear anyone say it's their best album, you know. As far as most popular, there's a big reason for that. Hey Ya was everywhere. The Way You Move was also everywhere. Roses was everywhere. You know, those songs alone, not to mention other songs from the album, really help boost the sales and the popularity of this, especially on the radio. Those are some smash hits I just named. So, yeah, as popularity-wise, it's definitely their most popular album. But as far as their best album, not even close. Like, pretty much any Outkast album is better. You got Southern Playlist of Cadillac Music, AT-Aliens, Aquemini, Stankonia. Maybe if you want to say Idlewild or whatever is not better or whatever, then you can have that debate if you want. But I just named 4 that are definitely better. Speakerbox Love Below, it's a cool album. It's also interesting because they're a group, but then they had 2 solo albums within so it's like Big Boy solo, Dre's solo, but it's part of the same double album, but they're also featured on some songs on each disc, so it's like very confusing. It's kind of a head scratcher. It's very intriguing, but I mean, I'd really like to see if anyone thinks that this album is better than Southern Playlistic or Stankonia or Aquemini or AT-Aliens. I'd be shocked. Let me know what y'all think below. But I remember when I had actually posted this and I had replied to this on Instagram, a lot of people were saying, like, what's this fool smoking? What are they talking about? The laughing emojis, everything. They're kind of going in on Boy Pause. But, hey, we all got opinions. I'm going to go ahead and disagree with that one. Next up, we got someone named BX, okay, I'm guessing Bobby43. There are more fake Dilla and Wu-Tang stans than their actual fans. Damn, this is another hot take. This is actually kind of funny, I'm not going to lie. So, the funny thing about this is that he says Dilla, and to me, I mean, I think, yeah, there was a period where there were a lot of fake Dilla fans. I think there still are, like, quite a few fake ones, but I don't see as many as I'd say, like, for example, like a fake Doom fans. I see a lot of fake Doom fans. Fake Dilla fans, I've definitely seen quite a few, but definitely not as much as some other artists or groups. Wu-Tang fake stans, oh, there's a ton of them. I mean, and we can kind of categorize it like this, right? Like, when you see, for example, like band t-shirts or hip-hop shirts or whatever, like, I remember back in middle school, I'd always have a good chuckle because I see a lot of people with, like, Led Zeppelin shirts, Nirvana shirts, like things like that. And nowadays I see a lot of people like Tupac shirts, Wu-Tang shirts, etc., etc., etc. So it's kind of like Tribe Called Quest shirts. Do these people like the logos? Do they like the image of the artist or whatever? Like, is that what they like, or do they actually like their music? It's probably a little bit of both. Maybe they heard, you know, there's always like those interesting memes, like name one Wu-Tang song other than Cream or Triumph or whatever. Like, they'll have memes like that, or name one Tupac song that isn't California Love or Changes. You know, like, you always hear like those kind of things, which is always funny. So the fact this guy's saying that probably means that he's seen a lot of fakes out there. And to be honest, there's a ton of fakes out there. Are there more? I don't know, but this is hilarious because I know all of us can relate. We know that one person we see at the mall that has something and they kind of look out of pocket to be wearing it. They kind of look like they don't fit the profile, but you never know. I've talked to some people where I'd commented on their shirt or whatever, not aggressive or nothing like that, but I was talking to them about it, like, oh yeah, like, you know, did you listen to their latest album? Like, what do you think of it? Blah, blah. And then we started to have conversations like, okay, well, this person who I didn't think maybe fit the profile actually knew quite a bit. And even like, you know, whatever. I mean, I don't know. It's very interesting. I mean, is it a hot take? Is it not a hot take? I mean, I don't know. But that's pretty funny. I think that's a pretty hilarious take because I think we can all relate when we've seen someone who definitely does not know that person or group's music, but they just like the logo or they like the look, how it matches their fit, whatever. All right, next up, we got this person named Vinyl is Active. Let me turn this freaking brightness down. Jeez. All right, we got this person named Vinyl is Active. This person is saying Jay-Z hasn't made a good album since the Black Album. This is definitely a hot take, and I'm going to go ahead and disagree with you, Vinyl is Active. And shout out to you because I always see you on the page, so appreciate you. No, man. Jay-Z, okay, so the Black Album is actually, believe it or not, probably my favorite Jay-Z album. I think Reasonable Doubt's up there. I think The Blueprint's up there as far as like contenders to be in the top 3. But Black Album is my actual personal favorite Jay-Z album. So let's get that out of the way first. Second, the Black Album, incredible. So this person is basically saying that Jay-Z has not made a dope album in 2 decades. This Black Album dropped in 2003, and we're currently in 2022. So, I mean, American Gangster was a really good album. Really, really, really good. And 444 is really good as well. And 444 might be my 4th favorite Jay-Z album or 5th. And American Gangster is also like probably my 5th. But Volume 2, Hard Knock Life, is like 5th or 6th. So I'm kind of all mixy on that stuff. But Jay-Z, those 2 albums I just listed with American Gangster and 444, both coming after the Black Album. I mean, if you don't like those, that's kind of wild because I think those albums are really, really, really special. And you definitely hear Jay-Z doing different types of music here. Like you got American Gangster, which is more following kind of like a concept, a theme, also inspired by the American Gangster movie, having samples from the movie too, and stuff like that. And that I thought he did very well on it. And then you get like 444, which shows Jay-Z a little older, a little more mature, going over No ID production. So he's also, I wouldn't call that a concept album per se, but I think it's definitely Jay heard in a new light. So I think those 2 albums, he really smashed them out the park and he did great. Magna Carta, Holy Grail, maybe you don't want to say it's good or whatever. Kingdom Come, definitely one of his weaker albums, so I'll give you those if you want. But those American Gangster and 444 albums are really good. So that's a hot take. I'm going to go ahead and disagree with you, bro. Next up, we got this person named Kush Comaware. This person also hits me up on my Rapid and Snack and IG quite a bit, so appreciate you. This person saying that Brothers for Life is better than, or is a better album than Straight Outta Compton. So I feel like as the years go on, this is becoming less and less of a hot take because I feel like I see a lot of people now just really praising that second album by N.W.A. And Brothers for Life is phenomenal. Straight Outta Compton is phenomenal. I like them both for many reasons. As far as better album, I mean, I do go back and forth with this, but I think Brothers for Life's production is very, very incredible, and I think it's superior to Straight Outta Compton. I think Brothers for Life's production is superior to Straight Outta Compton for sure, and it's just one of the best produced albums in rap history. Dr. Dre was an animal. Yella was also just doing great, and it's produced extremely well. As far as concepts and stuff like that, the lyrics can get a little redundant at times on it, but there's also some great lyrical content on it too. You get some very aggressive concepts on there too. Whereas Straight Outta Compton, I do appreciate the writing. I do appreciate some of the originality a little more on the lyric standpoint of it. And you had Cube, who's also contributing to the writing section, obviously, for a bunch of the members and himself. So I personally prefer Straight Outta Compton more, but I do believe that Brothers for Life is a better album, especially when it comes to the production aspect of it. It's just phenomenal. It's so good. Dre was in his bag. Some people say that's Dre's best produced album. I'm not gonna blame him. I mean, put that album. So listen to albums in 1991, then listen to Brothers for Life, and you'll just see a big drop off in comparison of quality. Brothers for Life is so magnificently produced. It's crazy. So yeah, I'll probably go ahead and agree with you that it is a better album. I just prefer Straight Outta Compton more. There's just so many great songs on it, and there's great songs on both of them, but yeah, good take. Next up, we got someone named N.W.A. Oh man, all these people are, I'm recognizing all these people, so shout out to this dude because I know he comments on my stuff too. This person is saying Hit 'Em Up is not the greatest diss song of all time. Is that a hot take? I don't know. I see a lot of people actually talking about Hit 'Em Up as one of the premier diss songs ever, and a lot of people do think it's the best. I'm going to go ahead and say it is not the bestest song of all time. No way. The bestest song of all time comes from the greatest album of all time. And for anyone who knows me, who's been following this channel, who follows me on anything, will know that I think Death Certificate is the best album ever created, crafted, whatever. And No Vaseline is the bestest song of all time, which is from Death Certificate. Hit 'Em Up is awesome, but what's funny is he also disses the Outlaws on it, because he says y'all ain't even, when he's dissing like Bad Boy and everyone who he's dissing, he's saying y'all ain't even on my level. I'm gonna let my little homies get on y'all, like basically saying like, well, y'all ain't on my level, so I'm gonna get the Outlaws to diss you, who are also not on my level. Like, it's just like dissing but using his zone and whatever. So I find that funny. And let's be honest here, if Tupac kept going with the fire and fury and everything he was doing, then it would have potential to be better than it was. Would it be better than No Vaseline? Probably not. Better than other diss songs? Probably not. But if the Outlaws weren't on it, it would have been a better diss song. But the cool thing about Hit 'Em Up is so much energy, so much passion, so much fury. He's really just giving it to everyone. He even disses Chino XL on it. Like, he disses a ton of people. He goes after Mobb Deep Sickle Cell, or Prodigy Sickle Cell. So, just so much stuff, so much passion, so much anger, just venom coming out of Tupac Paws. And that's why I think people just admire the passion, just like not only with Hit 'Em Up, but they admire in his music, personality, his interviews, and all that. That's why I think a lot of people deem it as one of the best diss songs ever. Do I think it's the best diss song of all time? No, I'd have to give that to No Vaseline. Good take on this one, Do-Ag. All right, next up, we got actually another Tupac take. This one is from someone named Scott Meets Evil. This person is saying Tupac is miles better than Biggie. I'd say so much that comparing them seems crazy. So this is probably going to piss some people off, Scott Meets Evil, but it's okay. It's your take at the end of the day. And I'm going to go ahead and say that I do believe that Tupac is better than Notorious B.I.G. Rest in peace to both of them. I do think that comparing them is crazy. And I'm not going to say it in the conventional way in the way that this guy's saying it. This guy's saying that Tupac is, miles better than Biggie. And it's crazy that, they can even put them in the same sentence together. It's more so what this guy's saying. I think it's crazy to compare them in the way that their styles are so different. Just the albums that they release are so different, and why would you compare them to each other? The only reason why they're being compared is because of their beef, and that's why they're compared together, which is tragic. But as far as stylistically, I don't think they really compare that much. So that I've never liked when people say, oh, Tupac or Biggie, who's better? It's like, bro, shut up. You're only comparing them because of their beef. But anyways, for this guy to say he thinks that comparing them is crazy, I mean, that's kind of funny. I always thought it's kind of insulting to compare them together, because Tupac, within his time span of making music and Biggie's time span of making music, who put out way more music? Who did? Tupac did. Way, way, way more music, and it's not crap. A lot of it is great, and he has a lot still stuck in those vaults too. And it's a shame that we can get to see more out of Biggie, and it's a shame when you get to see more out of Tupac. But I mean, it's also on preference. Like, what do you prefer? Biggie does some things better than Tupac, and Tupac does things better than Biggie. But I think if overall, as far as artists that we saw out of them during their time on Earth, I go ahead and give Tupac the nod there. Next up, we got this person chilling like a villain. This person saying Eric Sermon doesn't get enough credit. He's one of the greatest producers and rappers. I'm going to go ahead and agree with this take. I think that Eric Sermon does not get enough credit. I think he's incredible. I think he is a dual threat as an MC and a producer. But one part of this take that does concern me, he's saying he's one of the greatest producer and rapper. I do think he's one of the greatest producers. I do not think he's one of the greatest rappers. I don't think he wouldn't even be in like a top 100 MC list if I had to make one. With that being said, dope rapper. I just don't think, if you're saying as far as he's one of the greatest dual threats, then yes, I'll give you that. Because he's a better rapper producer than other rapper producers. But is he one of the greatest rappers I've ever heard? Just on the rapper tip? No. Is he one of the greatest producers I've heard? Yes. So I'll agree with you there, but I won't agree with that second sense. Maybe you just typed a little wonky, or I interpreted a little wonky. But anyways, that's that. Eric Sermon, don't sleep on him. I mean, he not only does he have his own soul discography, but his stuff with EPMD is just incredible. One of the best duos in hip-hop history. They're so great. I mean, Shout out to Parrish too. Just an exceptional group. But anyways, these are some hot takes that I just wanted to answer. Hit me up on Instagram and TikTok at Rappin' and Snackin'. Let me know what y'all agree with, disagree with. Am I crazy? Are these people crazy? Let me know. And then, stay tuned on Instagram because I will be taking another one of these polls. I do post them to my Instagram stories. And I'll probably do them on YouTube too. I just get so many that I need to pump out 2 of these videos a week because I just get too many of them. But buy something from the store. The link's in the description. I appreciate y'all as always, and I'm out of here. Bless.